What's going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue. Happy Sunday. On Sunday, we read the comments here on this channel, and for this episode, we're going to go ahead and look at comments from my last video that touched on several topics. We'll see what everyone commented in on, but it definitely touched on the casting of Alfred for the Batman, and that is because there is a rumor out there that Pierce Brosnan is going to be our new Alfred. We're also going to touch on the Birds of Prey reshoots, and Chad Stahelski, of course, is going to helm those reshoots, and we're going to talk about whether that's a good or bad thing based on what some of the comments I see here. And also we may touch on some Mortal Kombat because you guys had some things to say about that movie as well. Now, let's go ahead and get into the first comment, and the first comment comes from Empire of Valyria, or the Empire of Valyria. Pierce Brosnan is too Brucey to play Alfred. Sir Dade commented below. There were rumors there would be cuts to modern day Affleck, but Affleck is definitely out. So maybe a small possibility he'd be our modern day Batman. I don't know, just guessing, LOL, but I kind of agree with your statement. So I guess you see a lot of Bruce Wayne traits in Pierce Brosnan. I guess you could see that. He can definitely play a high class, a billionaire type, but do I see any physical traits to Pierce Brosnan that could maybe warrant him being Bruce Wayne? Not personally, I don't see that. Even back when he was playing James Bond, it was kind of hard to believe that he had the physicality to play a 007, you know? So I actually think this is just kind of a tangent reference, but yeah, James Bond, the perfect casting, and my favorite James Bond, surprisingly, is actually Daniel Craig, because he has the suave, debonair and vibe to him, along with the physicality that comes with being a 007. So he was kind of the perfect match for James Bond, and Pierce Brosnan definitely had that suave, debonair air to him, but didn't have the physicality. So I don't see a Bruce Wayne in there, but I do personally see an Alfred. And as far as the comments below, Ben Affleck's definitely out. I'm not going to hold my breath for anything from him, even though he is so far my favorite Batman. Let's move on to the next comment. David Cargill, I apologize if I said that name wrong. He says he could look like a younger Jeremy Irons. The funny thing is, I believe they're only a few years apart in age so it would be hard to make him look like a young Jeremy Irons. But to be fair, Pierce Brosnan definitely has aged well, so I see where you're coming from there. So I'm not going to be able to say this right, but Stavo G. Husana says, Pierce played Robert Pattinson's father in Remember Me. They have great chemistry. Thumbs up, smiley face. You know what? I have to admit, I have not seen that movie. There's a lot of Robert Pattinson movies that I have not seen, and this definitely is one of them. And right before shooting this video, I saw your comment and had planned to read it, so I checked out the trailer to that movie, and it definitely looks like one of those B-type movies that Robert Pattinson could really shine in, with him being in a strained relationship with his father, Pierce Brosnan. You get a little bit in the trailer, but I definitely haven't seen the movie. I'm assuming you enjoyed the movie since you commented in saying they have great chemistry, but let me know what you thought about that movie, and if it's one of those movies that I still have to check out from Robert Pattinson, given how this guy is about to break out in a new way, because he's obviously going to be playing a role in Christopher Nolan's newest movie, Tenet, and he just had that one movie with a trailer come out. So he's actually, I don't remember what it's called, but he's actually going to have a resurgence, and I think he's probably earned it since he's been playing a lot of those small indie movies. So I think he's been putting in work on the side, gaining respect in the industry. It's pretty crazy. And as far as Pierce Brosnan playing Alfred, we may have some further confirmation of that, because I was scrolling around on Instagram, I think yesterday or the day before, and Boss Logic, who is an excellent artist. Darren actually met him at Comic-Con too, but he's an excellent artist, and he was one of the first people to break the news that Robert Pattinson was our new Batman as well. So he put out this picture right here, and as you can see, it's the 007, kind of the famous intro to 007, where he walks in the middle and shoots, but instead Pierce Brosnan is holding a cup of tea, and it obviously alludes to the fact that he may be playing Alfred. Now again, Boss Logic in the past, and when I first mentioned the rumor of him playing, or Robert Pattinson playing Batman. I made that video and I mentioned that, hey, Boss Logic says this is the newest rumor, and it turned out to be true. So man, it just might come to reality. Let's move on to the next comment. I'm gonna say this wrong too. Apologize. Lok Shwaran K says, literally, I will be confused if Pierce is playing the Batman or Butler role. Pierce can play a very good Commissioner Gordon role. I'm not sure I could see him playing Commissioner Gordon, but to be fair, it's kind of hard to imagine anyone else playing Commissioner Gordon outside of Gary Oldman at this point, because Gary Oldman is a fantastic actor, and I would love for them to get him on board for some role in the DCU in the future, because he is just that guy can play anybody. But as far as being confused if Pierce is playing Batman, not Batman, or Alfred, I don't think I could be. I'll be confused. I think I could. At this point, we've had so much. We have so much chaos going on in the DCU that I've kind of reset my mindset in terms of what to expect, because it's hard. I don't want to keep harping on the past. I don't want to keep harping on the fact that, we have a new Batman and all that stuff. I'm ready to move forward, but don't get me wrong. I do still like talking about all the stuff that has gone down in the past, because it helps, dictate the conversation going forward. But definitely, I think I could separate Pierce or there being a new Alfred. That's just me though. I totally understand if people want to see Jeremy Irons back, because I do. If I had one choice, I would say, you know what, Jeremy Irons, I want to see him continue his role as Alfred, because he was a great Alfred, and he was a new type of Alfred that we haven't seen on the screen. But looking at it from WB's perspective, they recasted a new Batman. It may confuse people, the fact that that Batman hasn't returned. I think they're just trying to go with a clean slate and give Matt Reeves a clean slate and a blank canvas to paint on. So that's kind of my take on it. Let me know what you guys think about that. Are you guys going to be a little confused if Pierce plays the role? Oh, wow, here. I love this one right here. So Kate's Chi says Ralph Fiennes, I'm not sure if I'm saying his right name. I know who you're talking about though. Ralph Fiennes for Alfred would be perfect. And he is, if you guys don't know him, you guys probably know him from Harry Potter. I think he played Voldemort. But he also is, he also plays, he's the hotel clerk at the Grand Budapest Hotel, and that was a great movie. And I can totally see him playing. I can totally see him playing Alfred. Now, I already threw my support for Pierce Brosnan, just because as one of the commenters in here said, that they have great chemistry. Obviously, he has the air to Alfred about him. But man, would I love to see Ralph Fiennes play Alfred. I think he would actually be perfect. Gosh, that is such a perfect casting. I was going to kind of talk about other people who may potentially could play Alfred after reading some of these comments and starting this video, but I think the conversation is done. Let's just go ahead and see what other roles he has played. Right here, Ralph Fiennes. He's been in a lot of movies. He's been Schindler's List, The English Patient, of course, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Red Dragon, Clash of Titans. What's other notable? Obviously, the Harry Potter franchise. Any notable ones? He was in Skyfall and The Duchess in 2008. Man, he's been in a lot of great movies, and he definitely that just screams Alfred to me. Ralph Fiennes. If I had to choose, he would be my Alfred. That is a great suggestion, Kate's Chi. Let's move on to the next. Oh, by the way, if you guys think you have a better casting for Alfred, even though it may be already casted, let me know what you guys think, because I actually love this casting right here. Marco Zolo says, Pierce, motherfucker, you already have an Alfred. Why do you need two of them confusing audiences further, as Samuel L. Jackson would say? Sorry, that was a terrible Samuel L. Jackson impersonation. But yeah, again, I kind of commented on that. WB's trying to give Matt Reeves a blank canvas to paint on, and coming from Matt Reeves' perspective, I totally understand why, but from the fans' perspective, I could totally understand why people are upset as well. But yeah, I guess you just got to keep an open mind now, but I understand it's going to take a lot to win some fans back, and that's all WB's doing. Joffrey Lane says, James Bond raising Bruce Wayne, enough said, and shut the fuck up. Yeah, so he's definitely supportive of Pierce Brosnan. And again, and while I was criticizing Pierce Brosnan's role as James Bond, I still loved him as James Bond in GoldenEye and what was... the two movies that he played after that weren't the best James Bond movies, but GoldenEye is definitely a gem for sure. Steve Martin says, Mr. Stahelski, we need you to make Black Mask a badass, just like the awesome villains in your John Wick movies. And now this is moving on to the next topic. Chad Stahelski, who is going to take on reshoots for Birds of Prey, and just reshoots for action sequences. And his company is already taking care of, is already working with Kathy Yan on this production for the action sequences already. So he's coming in to help helm new ones or reshoot new ones. And yes, we need some. Well, I'm hoping we get some sort of badass sequence with Black Mask for sure, because, Hugh McGregor is a great talent, first of all, and Black Mask is a ruthless psycho murderer character who needs to get some shine in this movie, and I'm hoping he's not played as kind of a joke as some of the rumors might have mentioned in the past, but I don't think he will. But I'm hoping that's not the case for sure. And yes, the villains in the John Wick movies are awesome. So, I'm definitely hoping Chad Stahelski has some sort of role to play in making these villains, pop more in these movies. But Kathy Yan ultimately is the director, so we'll see what comes about with that. So NG says, reshoots scare me. Why reshoot Birds of Prey when is WB trying another Justice League debacle? And 6 replies on here. And again, Justice League is one of the examples. So Suicide Squad with WB coming in and just making a mess of things instead of letting the director do their work and let their vision come to life. WB comes in and they just muddle everything up. Like, what are you doing? So they're supposed to be a director-driven studio. That's them saying it in their own words. But they have come in and messed things up in the past, and it's really hard to swallow that Justice League pill. First Justice League movie ever, live action movie, and they mess it up. But in this case, I'm going to kind of err on the side of this is a good thing, because especially Kathy Yan, she's first time... This is like her kind of a breakout directorial role. She's worked on indie films in the past, but this is a big budget movie for her. She's mainly worked on indie movies, so something with incredible amounts of action, so like a superhero movie. Maybe her talents aren't shining so well in that regard. But it kind of sucks for Kathy Yan. Kathy Yan, first time director, not being able to do her own thing, it sucks for her. I'm not gonna lie. But if you're gonna bring in someone to do reshoots, Chad Stahelski for the action sequences is a hell of a replacement or secondary director, and apparently he's not going to take any credit. He's going to take an uncredited role for these reshoots that he's going to do. So I'm guessing it's just literally just going to be action sequences. I'm not sure if he's going to retool the movie at all, and potentially, and this is my theory, especially given all of the controversy surrounding the Black Mask situation and the I don't want to spoil it here, but the controversy surrounding the twist, I was kind of upset when Grace Randolph threw that out there without any warning that there might be a spoiler. But potentially with that twist, maybe not only are they shooting the action sequences, but they may be changing up the whole Black Mask situation as well, because again, it's super controversial already, and the twist has been spoiled by these bloggers online, and it sucks for Kathy Yan. If that was going to be the twist, people are already forming their own opinions on it without having seen the movie. So maybe this is a way that they put the story out there. Chad Stahelski is going to be doing reshoots for the action sequences, but also major reshoots include Kathy Yan kind of tidying up that area of the script. Maybe they're just using Chad Stahelski as kind of a cover for that as well, because he is definitely a talent in the industry, and he's there's a lot of hype surrounding him right now, especially with the John Wick franchise and how well that's doing. But also the other upsides for bringing in Chad Stahelski. with his relationship with Keanu Reeves, obviously through the John Wick franchise, and him himself being a stuntman for Keanu Reeves back when he was doing The Matrix Reloaded and Matrix Revolutions. Maybe this is a way he can bring Keanu in to the DCEU, especially Keanu Reeves is so hot right now. Like, the internet absolutely loves Keanu Reeves. It's like they just discovered him, man. He's been awesome for a long time. But could this be a way he brings Keanu Reeves back into the, or WB courts Keanu into the DCEU? Because we all know that Marvel wants Keanu Reeves in one of their movies, and they've met with him regularly, just haven't found the perfect casting. But maybe with Chad coming on to WB, a WB project, maybe we get Keanu too. That'd be awesome. Or what I think is even better, maybe we get Chad Stahelski directing a movie for the DCEU itself. How awesome would that be? We to see someone with the action and the incredible stunt work that he's done in the past to helm a movie for the DCU. That sounds incredible. Now, there's a lot to play with in the DCU, still a lot of characters that have not got their due. So I want to know from you guys, what movie do you think would be great for Chad Stahelski to direct in the DCEU if he was to come on board? And again, this is just pure speculation, but man, we heard about a Deathstroke movie in the past, and again, it's probably not happening, but with the action that the action mindset that he has and that he's brought to the John Wick franchise, imagine him doing a Deathstroke movie. I'm not sure if we had a director for that in the past, but Joe Manganiello, I know he still wants to do the role. I don't know if that's going to happen, but let me know what you guys would like to see. What movies would you like to see him direct for the DCEU? Yeah, let's move on. So all in all, I think reshoots shouldn't scare you for this movie, especially because we got a talent like him. And Birds of Prey is already garnering a ton of controversy, so this may be Warner Brothers trying to fix things. And if the controversy and the rumors are true for what Birds of Prey has, I'd be okay with them trying to, tidy things up a little bit, especially because they got him on board. But again, I was kind of okay with. It's hard. I'm kind of two minds of this myself. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do these reshoots kind of worry you at all, or are you a little more excited for them? Because we do know WB's track record with this. Let's finish off with just a couple Mortal Kombat things, because I did talk about Liu Kang casting and Letty Lin getting the role. Shane Akage says, "Ha, I knew WB would snatch up Letty Lin again for another role. Liu Kang, let's go." Yes, sir, that was me, Rob. Yeah. So you were the one who talked about how WB needs to grab up Letty Lin again. And I do remember Letty Lin was in Power Rangers most recently as well. So I'm somewhat familiar with him, but still not incredibly familiar with him and his background. But yeah, I'm all for it. Muay Thai Jedi 86 says Len Wiseman should direct Mortal Kombat instead. Him and James Wan made Swamp Thing. Awesome practical effects. Letty Lin is perfect for Liu Kang. Give Daniel Henney and Louis Tan some movie roles as well. Oh yeah, movies. Louis Tan was like meeting with DC for projects in the past, but I don't know if anything came about with those. There was a lot of speculation that he was meeting for Nightwing, but yeah, I don't know. As far as the director of Mortal Kombat, it's already set in stone. It's a first-time director too, I think, for Mortal Kombat. So that's the thing that worries me. All these castings that they've had, and I think they've done more recently for like Raiden and things like that, but. Man, he's first-time director. That does worry me just a little bit. James Wan's producing it, but he's still not behind the camera. So I don't know. I'm excited for it, though. I absolutely love Mortal Kombat. I'm excited for a reboot, and I think it's been a long time coming. So yeah, hopefully they can make video game movies great. Finally, we'll see. But yeah, that's all the time we have for today, guys. Thank you for sending in the comments. I apologize if I couldn't get to your comment this time, but keep commenting in. Let us know what you think about the topics that we talked about today. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.